Hey y'all, and welcome back. Now, today we will be reacting to another Slept Ham compilation titled Scary Footage You Won't Believe. So, let's hope we can bring in the new year right and maybe find some scary footage within these compilations. Let's get started.
In a spine-chilling video uploaded to TikTok by user Kelsey Miller, viewers are left grappling with a potentially paranormal encounter. Take a look. The CCTV footage captures a young girl suddenly falling, seemingly pushed or dragged by an invisible force. The unsettling incident resulted in the girl breaking her leg, an injury from which she has thankfully since recovered. What heightens the intrigue is the girl's claim she was pushed by a ghost man, a statement that sparked widespread debate. Her mother, while skeptical about the paranormal explanation, has taken precautionary steps, such as ordering sage to cleanse the area, signalling a cautious openness to spiritual remedies. The eerie footage has ignited discussions online, with many viewers aligning with the girl's account of an unseen force at play. Whether the incident was an extraordinary encounter or a strange accident continues to capture the imagination and concern of those who watch the CCTV footage.
Personally, I find this clip a bit disturbing just simply because it happens to a small child, right? Now, as much as this unnerves me, I did watch it a couple of times just to try to figure out what could have been a natural situation that could have caused something like this. Now, I mean, of course, looking at all their outfits and everything, of course, this is obviously around summertime, so of course, there's no black ice on the pavement in which they are standing on. So, I can rule that out completely because I've slipped on black ice myself, and you have that type of motion with something like that, like something that's slippery or things like that. I even was looking to see if maybe I could see a darker stain it's a black and white video recording, but I was trying to see if maybe there was like a darker spot on that tarmac there, and I really couldn't see anything. I couldn't see maybe something that was like a cylinder, or like something that she could have like fell on. I didn't see anything like skitter away, but then again, her father was kind of in front of the shot, so therefore you really couldn't see, but you would have seen it go across that smooth tarmac there that they were parked on. So, I've been racking my brain with something like this. I mean, the only other thing I could think of that would be naturally occurring on this is a spontaneous break. I mean, it can happen. I personally knew somebody who bent down to pick up a piece of paper, and the way they were positioned, they ended up breaking a rib. I mean, me, I've like I said, I've known somebody who did that, and me personally, I coughed hard and cracked a rib. I mean, it happens, but this right here, I mean, somebody that young, and just she wasn't moving too fast with it and everything. So, that kind of is like, there's a possibility, but not quite, just simply, but also the way that she fell. It was almost like being pushed, or like from the front and everything like that, or like slipping on something. So, honestly, this one here is probably to date one of the most disturbing ones I've ever seen, because it just just the situation of the person within it that had been harmed with it, and just the fact that too, that strangely the little girl is also mentioning that a ghost man did it. I mean, We've discussed this before in some of the other videos I've done. When it pertains to a child saying that they've seen this person, or like, they pointed a picture and like, oh yeah, I saw him in my bedroom last night, or I saw her in my bedroom last night. You hear stuff like that and you think, oh, active imagination. But honestly, let's be honest. Can any of y'all rightly claim to remember memories from that age of a child, 2, 3? You don't. I mean, if I think back, I think one of the earliest memories I can think of is like 6 or 7 years old and things like that. But other than that, I can't think past that. And thinking back that far, the memories get a little bit hazy, so you're unsure of if it really happened or not, unless you got confirmation from, say, like a parent or somebody who was older than you that was in that situation as well, and they're like, oh, you remember that? And it's just, this right here is just mind-boggling to me. I mean, if any of y'all can really think of what could have also logically happened with this, or if you think the girl's telling the truth, and maybe this is like one of those things where the imagination isn't what's at play here, let me know in the comments below and we'll move on to the next one.
In an update from the Ghosts of London Facebook page, a trail camera set up in the notoriously eerie Pine Barrens of New Jersey has captured something that defies easy explanation. The photo shows a deer in the foreground. However, in the background, a peculiar and chilling figure, possibly two, appears intertwined in a way that defies clear interpretation. One observer described the sight as resembling a kind of weird voodoo wooden chair with a woman sitting in it, adding an unsettling layer to the already mysterious image. The Pine Barrens, a sprawling woodland in southern New Jersey, is infamous not only for its rugged isolation, but also for its deep-rooted history of supernatural legends and cryptid sightings. Among these is the infamous Jersey Devil, a creature said to haunt the forests for centuries, alongside countless other tales of unexplained phenomena. Perhaps a lesser-known cryptid also said to haunt the area is the Black Dog of the Pine Barrens, a spectral canine shrouded in mystery and folklore. Described as a large, shadowy creature with glowing red or yellow eyes, the Black Dog is often associated with omens of death or misfortune. Unlike ordinary animals, it moves silently, emitting no sound, and is said to evoke a sense of foreboding in those who ever encounter it. Legends suggest it appears near crossroads, trails, or abandoned areas in the Pine Barrens, often vanishing into thin air when approached. Explanations for the phenomenon range from misidentified wildlife such as black bears or coyotes to supernatural lore brought by early settlers. Whether an omen, protector, or simply a legend born from the Pine Barrens' eerie atmosphere, the Black Dog remains a compelling and enduring part of New Jersey's folklore. This latest photo fuels speculation about what may inhabit the dense, shadowy woods. Whether a trick of light, a misidentified object, or something truly otherworldly, the image reinforces the Pine Barrens' reputation as a place where the boundary between reality and the supernatural remains tantalizingly thin.
Before we get into the trail cam picture, I'm a little stunned right now. It's just what Callan said here makes me a little weirded out. Just with the fact that he said, unlike other animals, this Black Dog of the Pine Barrens emits no sound when it walks. Has he ever seen other animals moving about? I mean, now, I have to take a moment here for this a little bit. I have been in the woods a lot. I mean, a lot. I grew up basically in the woods. And yeah, you get birds chirping, you can hear squirrels flitting about in the trees, or when it's fall, you can hear them kind of shuffling in the leaves a little bit, try to maybe forage for nuts and everything like that. But like, have you ever seen a predatory animal walk? I mean, like I said, I've been out there and I've stumbled across several types of animals on my walks as a child and never knew they were there. Honestly, it it's just sorry, it was just something that kind of made me little, trying to like blew my mind a little bit that he would say something like that. Unlike other animals that move silently through the forest, I mean, he's probably never seen a big animal of, like predatory animals such as like a wolf hunt or mountain lions or any of the wild cats. Honestly, I mean, hell, just think about it. If you got a household cat, you hear how silently they move now, unless they kind of got the zoomies and everything and go crashing into everything. Other than that, they are silent. You really don't hear them moving about. I mean, I don't know how many times I've sat there and turned around. Next thing I know, one of my cats is they're in the kitchen with me or in the living room, wherever they may be. They weren't there before, then boom, magic, they were there. Anyway, sorry, I had to go on a little rant about that because it just kind of made it a little bit weird for me, And with this kind of legend he talks about in terms of the black dog of the Pine Barrens, I believe it's probably brought over by English colonists or maybe British Isles in general, colonists from back in the day who came to New Jersey, because it sounds very similar to the Grim that haunts the moors over in England. That's what it just reminds me of. So a little side note on that, and everybody knows the Jersey Devil. If you don't, let me know in the comments below, and we could actually have a nice little discussion on that one too. But anyway, back to the trail cam footage. I mean, as I was looking at it and everything like that, I believe this one here is more of a case of pareidolia, just simply because I'm not seeing this voodoo chair image that they're talking about. I see something a bit different. It looks like, because obviously the deer is next to a stand of trees that look more like, or almost look like corn at first, but then it could be corn, I mean, but it's the Pine Barrens and everything. So all that area, once it's like wintertime and things like that, all the leaves go and everything looks skeletal, like all the trees now. Even look out the window now and you see everything looks more skeletal. It's more eerie, more creepy. So it kind of brings on this visage of something otherworldly, you know what I mean? So I'm just feeling like this is more of a case of pareidolia, even though this is pretty unsettling looking. I mean, if it was me who spotted it, I'd have to sit there and actually maybe go to the location itself and see if I can pinpoint what could have possibly caused some sort of image like that. Like kind of set back near the trail cam and kind of like, okay, it was right here in this spot. Let me take a look and see exactly what I might be staring at. Because it could be a conglomeration of like the foliage there, and it's creating this image of like some skeletal figure that's supposedly what people think sitting in a chair. But it is the Pine Barrens, and they do say that it is extremely creepy. Never been there personally. Want to. I mean, I think that might be a little bit of an interesting venture, and maybe we could try it when it gets a little bit warmer. Right now, it's a little bit too cold for that. So let me know what y'all think. I mean, a little crazy. He said that it moved silently, the dog and everything, but I guess maybe he's not around animals a lot. So I don't know. We won't sit there and judge on that. So let's move on to the next.
In a spine-chilling post shared to the Ghosts of London Facebook page, a decades-old wedding photo has resurfaced. Lisa, the bride in the image, shared her story recounting how the photo was never included in her wedding album, but was rediscovered among other proofs after her photographer uncle passed away. The photo shows a mysterious figure in the top left corner, partially obscured behind the heads of her brother-in-law and cousin. Lisa believes the diminutive veiled figure is a spirit, pointing out its stark contrast to the other guests in the staircase and dismissing mundane explanations like reflections or objects on the door. Some viewers initially mistook the apparition's dark veil-like appearance for sunglasses, but most agree it has an eerie quality that defies rational explanation. This spectral wedding crasher continues to spark debate within the paranormal community, leaving many to wonder about the identity of this uninvited guest and the lingering mystery surrounding the photograph.
The one thing I feel about this particular clip with the photo and everything of the wedding is that there's a lot of stuff going on, in a sense, that behind the scenes, not in the photo itself, but just with the simple fact that this photo was taken decades ago. As it looks like maybe possibly early to mid 80s based on the hairstyles and everything. And it's just, there's a lot that's within that time. I mean, honestly, that's over 40 years ago. And, it's just that a lot can be forgotten during that time, or, memories kind of switched up and everything. And since the uncle has passed on and they found it in the proofs that the uncle kept, there's a lot of questions with that too. I mean, there's no way to be able to ask the photographer because he's done passed on to the other side. So, I mean, you can't just sit there and say, well, why didn't you get these set up too? Why is it just sitting in the proofs? Why didn't you do that? And why is there a person that I don't recognize in this picture? You can't do that because, I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't include those in your wedding photos because it had a double exposure. You don't have that type of confirmation with this. And so there's a lot of just questions that can never be properly answered. I mean, you could probably do a detailed analysis with this photo just to see if there's like the possibility of a double exposure, which is very possible with 35mm cameras and things like that. You might have just a little bit of problems with the lighting, or maybe like one of the pictures didn't develop on the reel, it kind of got stuck. There's a lot of things that could go on with that. And since, like I said, the photographer is no longer with us in this mortal realm, then you can't really sit there and know what happened with this. Correct? I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all really think that he caught something paranormal, or was this just a simple double exposure? Because honestly, the way it's kind of faded in and everything, but also kind of real out there that you can recognize it, I'm feeling more of a double exposure. Just let me know in the comments below and we'll move on to the next.
In an eerie video shared by Ahmed Shah to our Slaptam official community over on Facebook, viewers are taken on a terrifying journey through what appears to be an abandoned house. The footage, shrouded in mystery with no details about the location or the identity of the recorder, unfolds a series of eerie and escalating events that have left many unsettled.
يا الله خير يا الله خير قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير.
An iron appears to be moving all by itself. Soon, more bizarre activity is caught on camera.
يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير دا وګوره ښه موږ په مصیبت کې یو تاسو موږ پسې ردې بدې وایو کنځلې کوئ دا وګوره ښه تر شپې 2 بجې دي دا وګوره ښه.
The terror peaks when a chair suddenly slides aggressively towards the man.
بس د زموږ زړه پوخ شو ملګرو دا وګوره ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر دا وګوره یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله
The
خیر
camera holder flees in a panic.
دا وګوره ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر دا وګوره یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر سبحانه.
The bizarre footage has left viewers wondering whether the house is truly haunted, or if there's another explanation for these unexplained phenomena. However, the fact that the footage is accompanied by little information makes it hard to come to any definitive conclusions. So is this house really haunted, or is it all just a well-orchestrated hoax? Let me know down below.
مصیبت کې یو تاسو موږ پسې ردې بدې وایو کنځلې کوئ دا وګوره ښه ملګرو بس موږ د سبا سهار وختي د دې کور وځو بس د زموږ زړه پوخ شو ملګرو دا وګوره ښه یا الله خیر یا الله خیر دا وګوره یا الله خیر.
When I first saw this video here, I was thinking, why is he like out in the open when an earthquake was going on? I mean, the ceiling fans and everything moving like that. And then when I peeked at that iron going back and forth like that, I'm like, is he on a ship? But then, because, you know, there's a lot of things you can sit there and you can say that, oh, this is an abandoned house, but, you know, there's a lot of other things that could be in play and everything. And I was thinking, oh, is he on a ship in the high seas? But then I'm like, well, why is the fans there? You know, there was a lot of things running through my head. But I think when I just started busting out laughing and just thought this one's just trying way too hard is when he kind of centered on that that tabletop where that iron is going back and forth. And you see that there's a blanket somewhat covering it and everything. But on the inside of it, I mean, I don't know if it's like it looks more like somewhat like a cupboard without the doors and everything, right? And seeing that there's kind of like a box there, and then there's just randomly a chute in there, and you see that iron just a going. My thoughts were they really should have just staged this a little bit better, maybe had the blanket a little bit lower so you couldn't see inside of that, I guess we'll call it a cabinet. And the person that's holding the magnet in there, he really could have hit a little bit better, let's be honest. As for the chair that kind of chases him out, y'all notice that the person who's filming this actually started moving right before the chair did, right? So he was anticipating something coming towards him. And it's just, I find it funny that he started moving, then the chair started moving. So, you know, there's obvious strings involved with this. But you know what? It was actually a pretty good laugh, especially when you notice the shoes. Let's move on to the next one.
In yet another eerie post over on the Ghosts of London Facebook page, a haunting image captured by a trail camera has sparked intrigue and debate among its viewers. The photo, taken last autumn in Wisconsin during the season's first snowfall, stands out among 200 images that were supposedly snapped that night. While surrounding photos show a snow-covered ground, this peculiar shot reveals several strange figures standing on visible grass, adding a puzzling layer to the mystery. A viewer claiming psychic abilities offered an eerie interpretation suggesting the figures represent spirits from 2 distinct timelines, appearing as residual imprints rather than part of an active haunting. The analysis takes a chilling turn with the viewer mentioning that she believes that the group on the right is a father with his 3 children, 2 of whom appear headless. However, not everyone's convinced that the image shows paranormal entities. Another viewer thought the figures looked like runners who were wearing transparent rain blazers. The image has left viewers speculating about the nature of these forms, continuing to raise questions about who or what they might be.
I think I'm about to go on another rant here. I mean, just some of the descriptions for this trail cam picture is just a little weird. The group on the right is a father with 3 children that appear headless. Honestly, if you look at it from an aspect of it being a possible real person and you're looking at like maybe the pareidolia of it, I don't see a father there. Maybe the lone figure by itself would be a man, and I believe that is probably the real person there. The others could be real too, because this could be a hoax. I mean, they said out of 200 some odd pictures that were taken in that one night, which that's kind of pretty high for a one night on a trail cam, unless you have a really, really, really active trail that you've been spotting and everything. Most of the time I've seen maybe 4, 5 clips a night for something like that with the trail cam, but 200, that's kind of a bit high in my opinion. But the group on the right is a father with 3 children, and it appears that 2 of them are headless. I'm sorry, the one that they're mentioning could be the father. It looks more like a mother to me. I mean, honestly, it looks like they all in old style dresses and everything like that. But you know, that's just in the eye of the beholder. I mean, let me know what y'all think it is with that group of pictures. I mean, honestly, it looks like a woman to me. But I mean, they talked about it being the only one out of 200 pictures from that night that didn't have snow. There's a lot of speculation going on here. Like, you know, there's a lot of more so that they're giving you the information. And honestly, I don't see anything where this would bring snow into play. There should be, I mean, if something like that happened, that would be very, very strange. And I would sit there and probably turn in my trail cam and try to get a new one, because that means they'd probably be holding some pictures in there from previous that didn't, you know, get deleted and things like that. It's just this here, and none of it's making any sense to me. And honestly, there's a lot of graininess to it, which is obvious with you know, more than night cameras and things like that. There's tends to be, you know, with low lighting settings and everything, you know, more graininess to the pictures and everything. But I'm just trying to wrap my head around their explanations more so than I am the picture. Honestly, this looks like somebody was playing a hoax on this, and there was never a snowstorm when this was taken, and they concocted a story to sit there and say that this strange event occurred in the middle of a snowstorm and there's magically no snow on the ground. I mean, I don't even want to try to sit here and try to even give this a possible, like, well, maybe this happened or maybe this happened. Honestly, this sounds like something that would come straight out of like a regular horror thriller novel, you know? I mean, but then again, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, because this one here, I'm like, I can't even have, like, I can't take the person seriously who kind of put this post up, honestly. But then again, you know what? Let's just move on, all right? Before I go and rant on this.
Our last photo of the day comes once again from our friends over at the Ghosts of London Facebook page. It's a mysterious photo that's captivated viewers with its eerie details. The story begins with a warehouse worker sending a seemingly routine image to his girlfriend to prove he was at work alone all that day. However, upon closer inspection, the photo reveals an unsettling detail. A ghostly figure sitting in the passenger seat of a car just behind him. This spectral presence, unnoticed at first glance, has sparked a wave of speculation. Among the many theories, one commenter posed a compelling question, wondering if the car or the garage was haunted. As viewers analyse the image, theories continue to swirl, turning a mundane workplace snapshot into a haunting mystery.
I'm sorry. I just the wording behind this one. Kylan said that this guy sent a routine image to his girlfriend to show he was alone at work. If any of y'all been in a relationship and you had to send a routine image to your significant other to show that you're at work, I believe that would be a red flag. I mean, now that's just me. But sorry, I just that just stuck with me after seeing this clip right here, and I just I can't even want to even begin about the passenger side of this door, you know. I'm sorry, but that's a serious red flag. If you got somebody who wants you to send routine images, that's just public service announcement from this channel. I'm sorry. You got to sit there and really kind of reconsider that relationship you're in if you have to put a routine image checking and showing your significant other that you are in fact alone and at work. Yeah, point blank. But, you know, PSA over. Let's get into this picture. Really, I mean, it's too far away to be able to tell. I mean, in all honesty, if you look at it at a glance, it looks like there could be two people in the car, one on the driver's side and one on the passenger side where it's open. I mean, with the pareidolia effect, with the dim lighting behind him and everything like that, and probably, I mean, considering him, how kind of bright everything looks, and you know, he's in that foreground and everything's going to focus on him with this picture and leave everything else kind of a bit more, you know, murkier and things like that. Yeah, you can see clear images of him being in a warehouse and there's a vehicle behind him, but the interior of said vehicle is going to be a little bit more murkier, so it's going to look like somebody is there. I mean, is there somebody there? Who knows, honestly? I mean, he could have had a buddy at work that's in there and he was taking the picture and just didn't think of anything of them being there in it and everything, and took the picture of the person. I mean, at this distance and how dark it is, it could look like a woman, it could look like, you know, just somebody in general there, or this just could be how the leather or vinyl upholstery that this vehicle has could be creating like a shine or something with maybe the flash of the camera or the lighting itself in the warehouse to create it to look like there's somebody there. Because the more I sit there and stare at this picture, the less I see of a person, and it looks like he's just pretty much by himself. But then again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all really see somebody, or do you stare long enough and realize, nah, that's just the vinyl or the leather shining on the upholstery of that seat? Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. And this is the last clip of this video. And let me know what y'all think. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you liked what you hear, hit that like button, and I'll see y'all next time.